Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Lacey and this is my art channel. So there's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and that is make an Etsy shop. I've been very interested in making downloadable content like clip art, printable stationery, etc. But unfortunately I haven't had much time to do it. So I decided to do a draw with me video where I create autumn themed clip art. I don't think I'm going to be starting an Etsy right now, but I do think this is a good step in the right direction. So I'm doing this digitally using Procreate on iPad. Feel free to draw with me if you want, and if you do, I would love to see it. If you do want to share it with me, all of my social media links are down below. It's one link called a link tree, but if you click it, you will see all of my social media links. I don't know if you all like these types of videos, but I love watching / listening to others on YouTube while working on art of my own. It makes me feel like we're less alone because we're all doing it together in a way. Anyway, to make this clip art, I first had to come up with some ideas. I definitely used Instagram and Pinterest as inspiration. There are so many things I love about autumn that it was very difficult for me to decide what I would add to the illustration. I really wanted to focus on the coziness of autumn, getting some hygge vibes rather than focusing on like the wildlife part of autumn. Though I would love to do this again and focus on the wildlife of autumn. If you've been here for a while, you probably know my love of all things cute, like food, animals, you name it. But for this one, I knew I had to narrow it down in some way, so that's what I decided to do. I added a lot of apples and pumpkins. Those are two of my favorite things to eat and drink in the autumn. You'll have to let me know in the comments, are you more of an apple person or a pumpkin person? I don't know why, I feel like there's always like a debate between the two. I personally just love both. Anyway, I wanted to keep all of the items cohesive, so I used a lot of similar colors like red, orange, yellow, brown, green, etc. Kind of the colors you would expect from autumn. I just think that this whole illustration gave me such autumn vibes, which is really what I was going for, so that's good. If you've been here for a while, you probably know that I'm from the US, but I live in Quebec, Canada. Here in Quebec, it's already fairly cold outside. It's about 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit in the daytime. That's about 10 to 16 degrees Celsius, and about 30 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit at night, which is about 0 to 4 Celsius. They're actually calling for a light snow on Monday, much to my dismay. Anyway, we definitely have hit autumn here in Quebec. I've lived here for about 3 years now, and it's still crazy to me every time how early autumn comes. I do try and enjoy it and not stress too much about the winter coming. Autumn is my favorite time of year after all. I did want to just read a quote to all of you about autumn that I thought was really beautiful. So here it is. I hope I can be the autumn leaf who looked at the sky and lived. And when it was time to leave, gracefully, it knew life was a gift. Dodinsky. There's just so many things that I love about autumn. Some of those things are changing colors, crunchy leaves, bonfires, apple picking, going to the pumpkin patch, carving pumpkins, Halloween, and Halloween parties. The fashion like hoodies and scarves and boots, things like that. Candles, all of the animals and the nature aspect. I think that autumn is the season for change, but there's also something really magical about autumn that I love. You all should let me know, what is your favorite thing about autumn? Also, what's your favorite season and what do you like about it? I also wanted to talk about some interesting facts that I found about autumn. I really liked the educational aspect I brought to my last video, which was the Dia de los Muertos bullet journal theme for the month of October. That's Day of the Dead. If you missed the video, I'll link it in the iCards above. I talked all about what Dia de los Muertos is. I found it really fun bringing that educational aspect, so I wanted to do that again. You all should let me know if you like this type of thing in your videos, because I just find it really super fun. I'm also a teacher, so I think kind of goes hand in hand. We're not going to go too in depth, but rather just talk about some of the fun little facts about autumn. I'm going to keep them pretty short this time, but here we go. 1. Fall was once called harvest. 2. The term fall came from a phrase in the 1600s, which was fall of the leaf or fall of the leaves. 3. 1 gallon of apple cider contains about 36 apples. And that's a lot of apples when you think about it. 4. One superstition says that catching a falling leaf could bring you good luck. 5. The full moon that happens during the autumn equinox, somewhere between September and October, is brighter and rises earlier than a typical moon. It is known as the harvest moon. This moon can look orange and has been helpful to farmers as they harvest their crops. 6. There are more babies born in September than any other month. 7. Autumn is the best time to see the aurora borealis. 8. Monarch butterflies migrate in the fall. I actually found that very interesting, as I didn't think that butterflies migrated. So, yeah, I was very interested in that. 9. Halloween was originally a pagan holiday to honor the dead, and the holiday was known as All Hallows Eve. The date, October 31st, is the last day of the Celtic calendar. 10. Wearing masks on Halloween is an ancient Celtic tradition. Ancient Celts believed that ghosts roamed on Halloween, and they wore masks to hide from the spirits, though some say it was to scare them off. Okay, so as for what I'm working on, this time I decided to show all of you my sketching process rather than my inking process, especially since it was digital and it was easier to see. I definitely don't try to perfect my sketching process because I see it as my first draft until I do the inking process. I actually skipped the refining process in this video just because I didn't want the video to be too long, but I definitely did do it. That's why it goes from like sketchy looking lines to cleaner lines magically. After that, though, I did show all of you my coloring process. It could definitely be messy, and then I kind of just refine it by erasing the edges. That's just how I like to do it. And then after that, I like to add some details. I'm not sure I showed a lot of the detail process. I kind of did it off screen. I was very tired. This took way longer than I thought it was going to, so there's that. But it was a lot of fun. And I hope that you all enjoyed this video. You'll have to let me know how you liked it and which one was your favorite. I did do 30 different designs altogether, but I think I'm good to go ahead and end my dialogue here for now. Thank you so much for making it this far. It does mean a lot to me. And if you did make it this far, put either the jack-o'-lantern emoji or an apple emoji in the comments below. We'll have to see which one wins. Also, if you haven't already, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button, as that directly helps me and my channel. I do look forward to seeing all of you next week for a Create This Book video. I hope all of you are having a wonderful autumn so far, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
If spring is the season that wakes me alive, then fall is the season to contemplate life. Oh, yeah. I don't know what is it exactly in this time of year that makes the melancholy me reappear. Oh, yeah. Back and forth through dark roast coffee, salt, mist, and sea, sand and ember trees. 'Cause it still feels like summer, but it's soaked in nostalgia slowly. All the leaves, they're turning brown. 'Cause it still feels like summer, and I simply don't wanna see the cold wind sneak back in our town. 'Cause we lived when it was our bare feet, tan skin glistening beneath the heat, evening swirl into a bird song beat. God, it's now so very bittersweet. So I guess I'll just put on my favorite sweater and say goodbye to summer. I keep on forgetting, times learn how to fly, and before I know it, it passes me by. Oh, I don't know why when life is beautiful I start to fear it'll slip through my fingers and just disappear. Oh, back and forth through dark roast coffee, salt, mist, and sea, sand and ember trees. 'Cause it still feels like summer, but it's soaked in nostalgia slowly. to summer.
Fall days, brown eyes, roots in my apartment. And we grew, passed by, plans were always falling. I know you need out sometimes, head on the glass by traffic lights. Thoughts never felt so blind, so we take off in a maze. And I drive in circles, growing sick of the weather. Heather gray, fell asleep in my sweatshirt. I'll leave the world and make a new one together. I tell my mom that I'll be back in November. It's all for the better. Hallways, burnt skies, ride with clouds we're lost in. And we drew this life back when we were falling. I know you need out sometimes, head on the glass by traffic